thing on a project which I've been following, Holoride, which I can't really see the business plan for it, but they're a cryptocurrency is called Ride. That's going to be their payment system for this thing where people get paid for making apps for a VR helmet for the passengers in taxis. Not a huge market there, I'm thinking, but they're saying they've got big companies that have joined them and all that kind of stuff. They've recently pumped out a couple new videos, and they had a little bit of a conference going on as well, which sparked my interest. They've changed their headsets going on, so check out their new headsets. I'll just mute the music. But again, same very flashy video, like it. Same. Now they've got an Audi car. I think before they had a Porsche. I think they've seemingly partnered with Porsche and Audi. New headset looks pretty cool. If that's how light it can be, that looks great. I wonder if also my thought, just my kind of idea of it. You know those weird skull bone conducting headphones, instead of trying to get a headset which has to kind of connect in with your ear holes and plugs in or goes over, just have a headset which does bone conducting, and then both you can hear outside and the stuff that you need. And because you're in a car, you don't have wind noise or anything, so that might be an idea for future headsets, for ease of use headsets, instead of trying to get it the right, you know, if it's one that goes inside your ears, having it the right size. You know, how do you deal with that with people that are dirty, or even the ones that just go over ears, people with earwax, all that kind of stuff. Just have the bone conducting ones. That might be an idea. Anyway, so they've got their car driving, and it's a quite a funny headset. You do look like an alien in the back here, but it's games. And I think in the next bit I'll show you that their talk is, they're saying, yeah, it's key demographic is 8 to 16-year-olds in the back of the car at the moment. It's like, okay, that's great, yeah. Hard to pitch a product at 18 to 16-year-olds when to be able to use it, you need to have a brand new multi-thousand-pound car from Audi or Porsche at the moment, and a chauffeur. So yeah, shooting games, and again, let's remember, it's also, she's got her headset on. You're going to need hand controllers and doing that, and you're just gonna have an idiot in the back of the car going pow 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 pow. Just every single time I try and critique this or find something good about it, it's just such a shocking idea. But again, the idea of, will somebody be using it for work? Will they be going on, I need to go do this? When you've got an iPad and you can do everything already, I just can't quite see the demand for it. If you're rich enough to be having a chauffeur around you, you can chill out at the back. You don't need to be doing more work or something. I don't know. It's not a high mass market going on here. So, and that's literally, is that all their video is? She gets in the car, gets out the car. Or the other idea is that it's is she giving the finger back to the driver? Or is the idea it's going to be taxi drivers? But if you're an adult in a taxi, you want to know where you're going. You want to be knowing if you're going to be late. You want to be looking at the traffic and kind of going, oh, right, okay, we're going to be sitting here for longer. I'll just finish my emails. And again, if you have a headset on, can you do emails like that? If you have a headset on, can you do a video call? No, there's just so many ways that it just doesn't. It's technology for technology's sake. So that was that. Let's see if they got anything else. Yeah, they've pumped out a few new adverts. Here's.
Ready to go?
Ready to go.
Let's go.
So yeah, that headset is looking pretty damn cool. However that stays on, it looks light. It looks only one wire coming out of it. But again, the wire is coming out of it and then going across you. So you can imagine that could get in the way. So you're going to need to definitely have like a left headset and a right headset. Otherwise you're going to have wires crossing all over you.
Depends on the car.
Yeah, you know, it's actually shifting really fast. It's It's almost like a brain training module. It tests your focus and speed.
Forget about place and time.
Yes, very much so. What do you think people will be doing the most with this technology from creators' perspective and from users' perspective?
Okay, that's what I want to hear. So this guy on the right here, he's like one of the head people at it. And the journalist is asking, who do you think is what they're going to be doing with it? And so I want to hear what he's going to say. Is he going to say, it's just rich kids in the backs of cars on their way to school, probably getting shouted at by the parents for not doing their homework? Or is it, really this is just the very beginning of it, and it's actually going to be all about how we do our work, our conferences, our video calls, our video editing, or photo editing on a headset in the back of a car? How often are you in the back of a car to require that? So you can't do that, because if it's a taxi, how do you link up your work with a random headset? So taxis, unless it's a little fun ride of, I get to go on a car. No, the use of it, the hype for it, like, wow, this is cool, yeah, like 3D TVs, and then after a while, everyone's gonna go, yeah, why are we bothering with this? No, I'll just carry on doing my work on my phone or my iPad or my laptop, where I can type, or where I need to do a video call, or where I need to see where I'm going in case I'm going the wrong place. Yeah, especially if you're going somewhere and you want to kind of go, I want to see what it's like as I'm getting there. What's the weather going to be like? Is it going to be... There's... I'm trying to figure out why they think it's a good idea.
Yeah, I think entertainment will be the...
Entertainment. Watching a film for a long journey. Yeah. Is she also just bouncing her head around shooting off aliens?
I think entertainment will be the major use case when we start out. How about you? What do you...
I think some me time is fantastic.
Oh, was that it? Was that all he said? Right, I was hoping for a stronger response, and he just said, I think entertainment.
I think entertainment will be the major use case when we start out. But how about you? What do you...
That was it. Wow, I thought you'd have slightly more insight, slightly more in-depth response on that one. Just like, I think entertainment. To have a promoted $1 billion company and your head of advertising here is going, I think entertainment. I think that's the use of it. What do you think is useful? Wow, that is a really bad response.
I think some me time is fantastic.
Yeah.
I could turn the transit time into productive time. That would be nice too.
How is transit time not productive time? That's what I do. Transit time already, if you're getting the train, getting the bus, getting a taxi, already is productive time. People are answering phone calls, answering emails with their headphones if they don't want to talk loud on a bus. They're able to do a video call on their phone. We've got productive time already with the tools that we've got that doesn't require a headset.
I hope you enjoyed your Holoride.
Oh my god.
Oh my
That
god.
was fun. Cool ride.
Oh my god, that was so good. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Just like, goodness, how overreactive are Americans. Okay, how about some realistic reactions? And then, that's it, and 10 days ago. Ooh, hold on. Haven't seen this video. Okay, cool. Porsche. That's what I was talking about. They're doing Porsches before. And then here, get ready. Porsche. Nice. In place. iPads. Look over that way. For a sensational thrill ride through outer space. Space! Wow, can't talk just now. Need my coffee. I like their thing. Was it Clean Box? Clean Box. Okay, maybe that's... Oh, it's where you... So that's back to the old headsets, the bigger headsets, the chunky headsets, the one where you need to strap over your head. A VR experience unlike any other. For a lot of people who are going, still not had any VR experience. What is going... So, wow, I haven't been to a car showroom during COVID-19, but to see that that's what they need, these blow-up bag things to stop you breathing on the drivers. Wow, I didn't know that was a thing. And a mask at the same time.
You're gonna be shooting bugs. Any questions?
So not only do you need to have a full VR headset, connection to the software, subscription to the software, all this kind of stuff, you also need to have a racetrack, a high performance car, and a chauffeur to take you around. Hilarious for a day out, for an adventure. But it's a bit like paintballing. It's like, oh yeah, paintballing is great fun, but I'm not going to do it every day. Or laser tag. There might be like 1 or 2 laser tags in a whole city. Or maybe like 1 or 2 taxis in a whole... Okay, maybe that's how far I can think it can go. Like laser tag, it's fun. You go along, shoot people, pew pew, you get a little zap. But there's not really as much demand that every street needs to have a laser tag. And it's built like this. Not every city needs every taxi to be needing VR, alien shooting, robot VR stuff. But you can easily see 2 or 3 taxis doing it, getting a bit of interest until they charge 20% more than normal taxis, and then people go, I'll just get a normal taxi. So yeah, if you are thinking of doing this, if you are a taxi driver or a taxi company, buy a subscription for 1 or 2 taxis. You could probably get your money out on that. You could probably have enough people willing to pay to keep that going. But as a multi-billion-dollar company, don't see it happening. Was that all their advert was? And then people taking off headsets. It's an advert for a headset rather than anything else. Wow, that was it. Anyway, so after that, I noticed that they've done a 1-hour presentation of them all patting themselves on their back here.
And what that seamless experience could be. So I'm super excited for this talk.
And it goes on for quite well until
buy a house, buy a car. I see all these applications for it, but gaming was also right there because borderless payments. There you go.
I've watched all of this. They waffled on a lot.
Show on Netflix people. So we said, okay, this is one of the aspects, and then the token aspect came to it, and this gives another leverage for creators, because if you create an item that is being traded, you get royalties every time it's being traded. So I think this is also a fair method, and
Well, isn't that the grand vision of Web3?
is to fund content for our platform, and so we hope that this.
And they kind of discussed about the tokenomics of it, and the whole idea is that the Ride token is to fund content creation for this platform. And the idea is that the more people that use it, the more money is given back to the content creators. But it may be the case of the content creators make something, don't make any money from it until later on once they get royalties from it. So the tokenomics. So again, this is different from just making a company and just trying to sell it. This is making a company and then also trying to make a cryptocurrency with tokenomics, which will have long-term benefits for both creators, distributors, and users. And that's just where you're poking your finger into too many pies here. Should have just make a VR software and try and sell it. That's all you should try and do. All this VR tokenomics, content creators, software developers, all that stuff is like that should be just a different company going on here. So at the moment, if we look on CoinGecko, Holoride, the Ride token is around about £1. However, the fully diluted, seemingly it's a 1 billion tokens, so it's a £1 billion valuation at the moment. The tricky thing is circulating supply is a bit of a question mark. I had to go check into the tokenomics here. They've got nearly 40,000 holders, and I think the only place you can trade it is on, in fact, I'll say is on the Elrond account. Where does it say here? Yeah, the Myar app, or it's on Gate.io as well. Okay, fair enough there. Nearly 40,000 holders, nearly 500,000 transactions. So a lot of transactions going on there. It's not been around for a huge amount of time either. I think it just came out December last year. Yeah, near the end of December. So only a couple months old. And the price is kind of bouncing around, but at the moment it's just all hype. There's not actually a product. There's not evidence. There's a demo product, but there's not a working product. There's not a user product. There's adverts of people having a ride with a demo, but that's it. It's all hype at the moment. If we check on CoinMarketCap, here is a self-reported circulating supply, which always gets a little bit of like, oh, this is a bit dodgy. So it's actually 205 million circulating supply. So they're obviously keeping it in for payment, for reserves, for staking, for holding, all that kind of stuff. I don't quite know, but there's like about 7 wallets, all with a million. No, with a billion. No, how many? With 100 million tokens in each. There's about 7 wallets with 100 million tokens, and then there's about another 75 million in a contract wallet, and then after that it just seems to be all the users. So it's just, here's that, yeah, $1.33 at the moment. The price bounces up. It's, yeah, that's a big, at one point it's almost $2, then down to 1, so it lost 66% in a short period of time there. But then bounces up and then goes completely flat. No trading going on, so it must have been taken off an exchange for a while. It's something which I still, even though there is a potential of it being quite cool, it being quite fun, I just don't see there being a massive business behind it. I highly suspect it's going to be tech that's going to be sold off to another company in a couple of years' time. And again, this has been going on for a while. That's the thing. It's not. I think their first videos. Can we go to sort by oldest? We're talking about 3 years ago now, and it's still roughly the same videos, still roughly the same guy. And that's kind of all that they've done, is keep having these like 1 or 2 cars, saying they've got these sponsorships, getting this one software, having a good looking model in the car, look around, but there's no active product yet. And even if they do have a good working active product, how do we know the tokenomics is going to work? And even if the tokenomics work, but we end up having taxi drivers that don't want to use it, or rich parents that don't want to buy it, or they can't afford the software, or they don't want to pay for this subscription. There's so many ways that this can go downhill. It's just too much of a risk. So I'm interested in this. I want to see where it goes. I just don't see it going anywhere very far. The tech is interesting, but it just there's just not the economy for it. There's not the market for it. It's like 3D TVs. 3D TVs were cool, and people bought them, and then people went, actually, we don't need this. We don't want it. It's just another pain in the ass to add to our TVs. We need to wear glasses or sync up stuff or give us double vision, all that kind of stuff. And it's going to be the same with this. It's like, oh, I get to go in a taxi and go for a ride, until you actually need to go in a taxi because you're going to a job conference or an interview or something like that. And you go, no, I don't need to be shooting aliens. I need to just be working on my presentation before I get there. Yeah. So it's for children at the moment. And if it's for adults, they've already got the tools to do their work in their car. Can't see me investing in this one. Still. Well done, Holoride. Good try. Anyway, check out their video and their conference that they did. Full 1 hour chat that they did. Mostly talking about like Netflix and videos. Yeah. There you go. Bye bye.